Hi guys, happy Saturday. See that sunshine out there? You will never know that it is actually storming outside. It's raining today and it has been raining for what feels like the past 2 weeks straight. The weather has not been great, but it is spring. And spring is definitely springing. Because it is raining today, I have decided to try to knock out my July craft jar pick today. I'm gonna see how long it takes me to complete this mirror bag. So if you don't know, last week I picked my July craft jar pick. It was a bag called the mirror bag, and I'm going to see if I can knock it out today. So we're going to see how long it takes me to get it done. In last video where I picked the craft jar pick, I typically pick my yarn as well, and the more I thought about it, I don't think I really want a rainbow bag. So I have decided to go with this Loops and Threads cotton yarn. And then I figured if I want a little bit of zhuzh, or if I calculate how much yarn I have, if I'm not going to have enough of the one color, then I can try to incorporate this peaches and cream yarn. I might not even finish it today, but I am going to try. And let's get started. So I haven't looked at this pattern yet, and I'm hoping it's not complicated. So about 720 meters. Oh no, I may not have enough. Yikes. I'm just gonna say 5. So I might have to incorporate these. Well, not might, I am gonna have to incorporate these unless I just pick a different yarn. I don't wanna pick a different, I could pick a different yarn. I could do it, but I'd be cutting it real close. You know what? I'm just gonna use this because we're trying to use up yarn, right? Definitely will use all of this salmon. We'll definitely use up all of that. And most, if not all of this, you know? If I run out, I'll figure something out.
One eternity later.
Update. I'm not finished. I only have completed half of side 1. So obviously I'm not going to finish today, but I am going to try to finish this weekend. So that means I have to finish it tomorrow. Couple of things. I underestimated this pattern, and one of the stitches is a spiked single crochet. I didn't know what that was. I had never heard of it, and obviously I'd never done it, so I had to take the time to figure out how to do that. Luckily, Tatiana is the creator of the pattern, her name. Luckily she linked YouTube tutorial videos to her pattern, and I was able to watch her do it. So the thing is, this is working up a lot slower than I anticipated, because the spiked single crochet is essentially going over an existing row. So that has definitely slowed me down, but this is the pattern so far. I did change yarn, because originally I was using this. Once I started going and like working through the repeat pattern, I realized it was going to be really difficult to try to figure out how to use 2 different colors. It just made this a lot more complicated than it needed to be. So I switched to a solid color that I knew I had enough yarn to complete. I want to at least try to get the front side of the bag completed tonight, and then work on the second side tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, bye. Hello there. It's Sunday. You'll never guess what I did. I started over. I wasn't very happy with the yarn choice, and I thought, you know what would actually work? That stiff, sticky, mercerized cotton yarn that I have. And voila. I've only completed one half of the bag. Still have to make another one of these and then put it together. But once I do that, I'll be done. So I ended up taking this apart. I don't like it. I probably won't wear it. And this would be perfect for this bag. I am not going to finish today. I know I was going to try to finish this yesterday. And I probably would have finished today had I started with this yarn, because I would have made one side yesterday and the other side today. But I'm not going to finish today. This is extending a little longer than I intended it to, but I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hello friends. We did not meet our goal, but we did cross the finish line. It's a little bit later in the week, but I did finish my bag on Monday. So Monday evening after work, I logged in and I knocked it out. And here she is. She's pretty cute. Seems pretty sturdy. I think the spiked single crochet on the handles definitely reinforced it, and I don't necessarily foresee it like stretching out or anything like that. I wouldn't even begin to know how to add a lining to this, but she's done. Changed yarns 3 times, which means I started over 3 times. I learned a new stitch, I learned a spike single crochet, and I also discovered a use for mercerized cotton. Still not a fan, but I think I made the best use of that cotton yarn with this bag, because I definitely don't think I would have been satisfied had I continued making the top out of it. And I can just make the top out of something else. It will also be the 3rd time I've started that top over. Finish line crossed. July craft jar project complete. And I'll see you in the next one.